The first time he called you, you looked at your phone and quietly placed it back on the table. Your friend was there. She was sitting across from you. She looked at the screen and smiled. Are you going to answer? She asked. You shook your head. No. If he wanted to talk to me, he had 3 years to do it. The phone stopped ringing. A few seconds later, it rang again. You looked out of the window. You took a deep breath and whispered, I'm finally choosing myself. 2 months earlier, things had been very different. It was raining that evening when you walked into the house carrying groceries. He was sitting on the sofa, laughing on his phone. You smile and ask, can you help me with these bags? Without even looking at you, he replied, you are not a child. Handle it. You carried everything into the kitchen by yourself. As you put the groceries away, tears rolled down from your face. It wasn't the heavy bags that hurt. It was realizing that the man you loved no longer cared how tired you were. Later that night, you sat beside him. I don't think we are okay anymore, you said softly. He kept scrolling through his phone. You are always complaining, he replied. I'm not complaining. I'm asking you to notice me. I notice you every day. No, you only notice me when I'm angry, he laughed. You are too emotional. That sentence broke something inside you. The following weeks became worse. Every conversation turned into an argument. Every promise ended in disappointment. You begged him to spend time with you. He always had an excuse. I'm busy, I'm tired. We will talk tomorrow. Tomorrow never came. One Sunday morning, his older sister visited the house. She found you crying alone in the bedroom. What happened? She asked. You wiped your tears and forced a smile. I'm just tired. She looked at you for a long moment before saying, you have been saying you are tired for 2 years. You couldn't hide it anymore. I think he loved me. I thought he loved me. His sister sighed. I've warned him many times. He thinks you will never leave. Those words stayed into your heart. That evening, she spoke to him. Stop taking her for granted. She warned. He laughed confidently. She loves me too much. She will never leave. His sister looked straight into his eyes. One day you will wake up in an empty house and you will remember this conversation. He sighed. I know her, but he didn't. A month later, you quietly pack one suitcase. Nothing, no shouting, no issues, no revenge. When he walked into the bedroom, he saw your bags near the door. What are you doing? I'm leaving. For how long? You looked at him with tears in your eyes. Forever. He laughed as if as if you had told a joke. You always say that. This time I mean it. He shook his head. You will be back next week. He picked up your suitcase. I hope one day you understand why I had to go. Then you walked out. He didn't follow you. Instead, he called his friends. She just wants attention. He said, he said, one of them laughed. Give her a few days. He smiled. Exactly. The next week passed. Then the second. Then the third. Your calls never came. Your messages stopped completely. For the first time, he felt something he had never experienced before. Silence. One evening, he opened your wardrobe. It was empty. He stood there staring at the hangers. The room suddenly felt too quiet. He sat on the bed and whispered, she will come back. But his own voice sounded uncertain. Weeks turned into months. One afternoon, he saw you unexpectedly in a supermarket. You looked healthy, peaceful. You were laughing with your friend, choosing fruits. He froze. You looked you looked up. Your eyes met for a brief second. He smiled politely. Not the smile of a woman still in love, the smile of someone waiting to be rescued, just the smile of a stranger wishing another stranger well. You nodded once and continued shopping. He didn't move. When you disappeared into the next when you disappeared into the next line, he finally understood you were no longer his. That night he couldn't sleep. He opened your old messages. He read every apology you had sent after arguments that were never your fault. He listened to old voice notes where you kept saying, "Please don't give up on us." He broke down crying. I had everything, he whispered, and I treated it like it would always be there. The next morning he drove to his sister's house. The moment she opened the door, she looked at his face and knew. "She's gone, isn't she?" she asked quietly. He couldn't even answer. He simply nodded. Tears filled his eyes. "I thought she did never leave." His sister hugged him gently. I told you the most dangerous day in a relationship is the day a good woman stops begging to be loved. When she becomes quiet, she's already halfway out the door. He covered his face with both hands. "I have changed now," his sister sighed. "The painful part about changing late is that sometimes the person who prayed for the change has already found peace without you." Months later, he wrote a long letter, not asking for another chance, not making excuses, just saying one sentence he wished he had said while you were still beside him. "Thank you for loving me when I didn't know how to love you back. I'm so sorry. I realized your value only after your absence became permanent. By then, your life had already moved forward. You no longer looked up, wondering if you were enough. You no longer cried yourself to sleep. You had found something you almost lost. Why trying to save someone else? Your peace. And sometimes the greatest victory is not making the person who hurt you regret losing you. It's reaching a place where the regret no longer has power to change your life. Thank you so much for watching till the end. If this is your first time of joining my channel, please subscribe, click on the notification button, like and share for another upcoming story. See you next time in my next episode.